professional. But but it can't be unprofessional. You know what I'm saying?
It can't be Tommy making fun of me and calling me a mongoloid
Yeah,
the
because
whole
then
time.
it just spirals out of control.
Well, it's gonna make me bring out my Hulk side.
He's about to go sicko mode on you.
Welcome. You guys want sicko mode or Mobamba?
Welcome to the Certified Bro Moment. I'm your host, Tommy Taylor.
Why are you doing it so breathy? Like.
And with me is my co-host, Chris.
Why do I have to be the first co-host? Why can't it be Josh?
He was last time because he barged his way in by screaming directly into the mic.
Maybe that's an effective solution.
Maybe the Trail of Tears wasn't that bad.
Right.
Big whiner.
I don't even know where that even came from.
Whoa! Whoa! It's okay. I'm black and Native American.
Are you triggered? You
taking this thing to a new level.
So this is my second co-host, Josh Burns.
The real co-host.
Yeah, the original one. I didn't even want Chris over here. But
you asked your mom to ask my mom to ask me to be on this podcast, Tommy. Don't start with that. Just like how my sister asked you to prom for your mom.
Oh,
roasted.
I think that was a certified bro moment, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. Who did you go to prom with?
No one, because I'm alone. Hey, so are you.
Looks like I gotcha. Checkmate, atheist.
You're gonna edit that out in post, guys.
Yeah, I am editing out that in post. I'm editing this out in post because it won't make any sense.
Do you know how to use post?
Yes, I do.
Tommy, you can barely even edit the church's sermon.
Yes, I can. Wow. Isn't this just Dunk on Tommy the podcast? We haven't done anything for the
I'm
first,
such a big Mongoloid, I just gotta dunk on everyone.
Yeah, you are, because you're a disgusting Mongoloid of a man, Chris. Welcome to the Certified Bro Moment. There's been a lot of them, mainly aimed towards me. So, let's get right into it. What do you guys want to talk about?
How about certified bro moments
of 2018?
Yeah, because I mean it is conveniently 2019, the new year.
Let's talk about our favorite memes of 2018. I preferably loved Big Chungus.
That's funny.
Wow,
that's a good.
Isn't that a quote directly from a guy who just like called you up and you don't know who he is?
At 11:30 at night, and called me asking what my favorite meme was.
And
he tells me that their favorite meme is Big Chungus, so I told him they need to be put down Old Yeller style.
That's
it was like a restricted number.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just prank calling you.
Yeah, I just told him my favorite meme was basically I'm Monkey.
Fair enough.
I like that meme too.
I first showed it to you today.
Okay, I'm editing all this out because I don't want to talk about memes on this podcast. I want to talk about certified bro moments.
I mean, memes are certified bro moments, and certified bro moments are memes. So.
It's
Okay.
like how a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle's not.
Top 10 certified bro moments of 2018. Number 10.
Tommy getting asked to prom by his mom.
That was 2017. Thank you very much. And it wasn't by my mom. It was through my mom to by another girl. And remind me who that girl was?
My sister.
Gotcha. Boom. Roasted. And guess what? Remind me who you went to prom with.
The first year I went with myself.
Oh.
And then the first year I walked down the red carpet with 3 guys and this other girl because nobody wanted to walk down with her by herself because no one liked her. And then the second year I went with my friend Adam.
Wow, that's...
What are you gonna say, Tommy? Huh?
You know I'm not gonna stoop that low.
Stoop how low?
The low that you always do for me. So, I'm taking the high road.
Tommy Taylor takes high roads?
Tommy Taylor.
Yeah. Well, what's the actual number 10, Josh?
Probably this.
Just several seconds of silence.
Does anybody else think Mormons are pretty freaking weird?
On that note, I have a friend that goes to Mormon college out in Idaho.
Really?
Sounds like a cult to me.
So
it is.
Didn't you remember that college that went to our school for like? So, for listeners that don't know, we went to a Christian school.
Nerds.
Yeah. Guess what? You went to public school. Oh, you're so cool. You're so cool. Well, guess what?
My taxes paid for my education.
As did mine for like the majority of my life.
Who's the only one who's not in college right now, Chris?
Who's the only one that's actually enjoying their life? Josh.
Yeah, Josh is. Josh is on the high life at that rowing. Yeah. So basically, this college came and they're like, oh yeah, basically what went through the whole entire school were all these stuff like they don't allow you to watch PG-13 movies and stuff like that, and you could get in like actual academic trouble if they catch you out watching PG-13 movies. And they had a lot of like weird cult like rules, and that like boys and women had to walk on opposite sidewalks. Also, colored people and white people. No, not that.
Mormons
no, it wasn't
do not
that.
like black people. I know that for sure.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
My one friend that's going to Mormon college is Asian, and he calls himself black.
But they don't like black people.
Oh, well, that's nice to know. But they basically came to our school, and they did this whole entire skit where, like, they're like, we don't do any of that stuff, but all we need to do is have you, and they basically like forced us to sign away their information our information by like aggressively asking us, and they kept like pushing it on us.
So you fell into peer pressure, Tommy?
No, I signed someone else's stuff. I copied off from my friend Josh Mizrahi.
I thought you were about to say you got dunked on by a bunch of Mormons.
Yeah, a bunch of Mormons came up and they said he's black. I bet I can dunk on him.
Nice,
and
smooth caramel.
Thanks, Chris. That's actually a really good compliment. So.
Oh, hey! Last year it snowed today. In case you guys were wondering.
We weren't.
Nobody asked you, Tommy.
Oh well. Well, guess
it's
what?
my only defense mechanism right now.
You know what I can tease you about? You disgusting.
You're the kind of guy that.
Mongoloid legs. Look at them. Disgusting. You're like a Nephilim. Just like trouncing about.
Stop using big words so that I can understand what you're calling me.
You're a giant then, Chris. You look like you fell smack dab off a beanstalk. So, yeah. So, we having fun? Are you having fun yet? Is this fun?
Yeah, this is...
You want my real answer or my fake answer?
Fake answer first.
Oh, I'm really enjoying this time. I'm having the best time of my life.
Oh, real answer.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, why don't...
So you guys like the song All That Jazz?
Duh, duh. And all that jazz. That one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna...
Did you guys hear that they are doing a live television version of Rent?
Yeah.
The one about the gays?
Well, it's not exclusively about the gays, but yeah.
It's FUBU. By gays for gays.
yeah, that's exactly what FUBU stands for. By gays for gays. None of that was right. Wow, way to kill a joke, Chris. So,
my sister's boyfriend killed a squirrel today, and he felt really bad. And I'm like, you hunt. Why are you feeling bad about a squirrel?
How'd he kill it?
In his car.
He killed it in his car?
With his car.
Oh, okay. There we go.
As a true hunter.
Why are you guns?
The true hunter goes into the woods.
It's a person that doesn't like the Second Amendment but still wants to hunt. I don't like guns, but I'll hit him with my car.
Trust me, a Ford F-150 is more dangerous than any gun on this planet.
Oh yeah, you got your 12 gauge. Well, I got my 2013 Ford F-150, dual class lifted.
Who built Ford
truck
diesel
or a little tiny shotgun? We're just gonna win in a fight.
I would love if like. I would love to hear a story about if you were dating a girl, Chris, and then like you know how some of those country girl dads are like, I'll intimidate them with a hunting trip.
It's like dads against daughters dating.
and then you got a dad against daughters dating shirt on, and then you come out and you're like, okay, I'm actually prepared. I got a gun and everything, and he's like, you tried to shoot with that with that
payload. Shooter, son.
He's like, oh, watch how a real man does it. And he gets in a Ford F-150 and does like donuts around. He does donuts in the woods, knocking down trees.
And like the Midwest drugstore heard of
rolling coal, son.
We are like the natives did.
A manifest destiny.
Yeehaw.
I'm the real. I'm a modern cowboy.
You roll coal, son.
Oh, that would be so good. Oh, beautiful.
You know, if I were a Gen Xer or a Boomer, I would stun on all these Zoomers over here with my 2013 Ford F-150 with no upgrades.
Yeah. Real amazing.
Take that, Zoomers.
I remember my one friend's dad bought a whole new truck and got a little tiny scratch on his like Ford F-150. So he just like upgraded his truck because he got a tiny scratch. I'm like, what?
And then you always have to trash Chevy owners. Say, yeah, you know, tow hook here on the back, it's made for pulling Chevys out of ditches.
Just real jerks. Oh, I see you got a Chevy. How you like me pulling out of your...
What are you gonna say?
We're pulling out of here.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of them are pretty closeted.
Oh, you own a Chevy? How many men you been with this week?
You like me pulling out of here. Okay.
Hey, Chevy and gay both end in Y's. Clearly connected.
I see the connection there.
I see the connection.
The rainbow connection.
So Ford F-150s.
Dads against daughters dating.
Dads against daughters dating. Is that your favorite?
No, it's just on a boardwalk T-shirt. That's all I remember seeing.
They probably don't even know the rights to it.
No, they don't.
It's the boardwalk.
My uncle. I like how you're shaking the coffee table. My uncle, I'm pretty sure he has a Dads Against Daughters Dating shirt.
There's like a black wife beater that like comes up just above his belly button.
No, he's it's not on my dad's side. It's on it's on my mom's.
Okay, still. And like he just, Papa, please.
Yeah, that's actually on my dad's side because well, if listeners don't know, my father, he's an African American man, and
are you stereotyping your own family?
I was about to say something
really,
really.
saying this for future reference.
I was about to slander
20 N-words in a second.
I was about to slander my dad.
A minute. I was about to set a new record.
I'm lucky I caught myself. I was about to slander my dad. I was gonna say.
What were you about to say? You're gonna put it on recording now?
Yeah, sure. I'll edit it out. I was gonna say you don't even know how many toes my dad sucked in his life. If I put that out there,
so Tommy, can I be the one that brings it in after the cut? Because you're gonna have to cut this out. Tommy Taylor sucks gamer girl toes.
I'm cutting that out. That's out.
Watch out.
You're out of here, Tommy.
You're out of here, Chris.
My
This
mom's
is
not
my
here to pick me up.
podcast.
I personally feel that should be left in.
Your mom's here to
My mom's not here to pick me up, so I can't leave.
Sorry, I can't talk right now. But I love you, Mom. That was my mom calling. She's very nice. If you get to meet her. So far we've talked about my dad sucking toes and
Ford F-150s.
Ford F-150s. I'm leaving that in though. I'm leaving the dad thing in.
Okay.
Because they need to hear the truth.
They need to know the truth.
Tommy, he's gonna add that to a slam poetry piece on you.
Yeah,
my son called me out on a podcast. It's not even gonna get popular.
He's gonna put you on his diss track.
One time I was in New York City, and there was this homeless guy like sitting up to the side, and this group of girls walks past, and he goes, "Please, one of you date me. I don't want to be gay."
Oh, I almost threw up.
Tommy!
No, not about the gay thing.
I know, but you almost threw up.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have like a... Thanks, Chris. You're such a nice friend. And thanks for shoving the trash can directly into my face.
I don't want you to miss. Because...
It smells nice.
No, hit or miss.
Yeah.
That's a funny meme.
I think I have, what is it? Acid reflux? Not AIDS. I think I have acid reflux.
Did you catch
I didn't know there were coinciding symptoms.
Yeah, acid reflux and AIDS are the same thing.
Ask Freddie.
Ask Jeeves. Who's Ask Freddie?
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury? I thought you meant Freddie Chirinos. I'm cutting that out. So, yeah, my cousin, apparently, on top of having a shy stomach, he has acid reflux. And
Wait, are you just here to roast your cousin?
Yeah, my cousin in every picture he's ever taken looks like he's in pain. And
is that the cousin where you're like kind of rubbing his back?
Yeah, that's the cousin I was caressing. I have a
caressing my cousin.
My true West Virginia style.
My grandmother took a picture of me and my cousin naked. And and my cousin is from my mom's side, so he's white, and I'm.
You keep having to explain yourself about things because of your biracial.
Here's the thing.
It's okay.
Is it your biracialitis?
Yeah, it's my Sorry, my biracialitis is acting up.
No, it's okay because my mom's white. It's all okay.
Yeah, he's biracial. Don't forget it.
It's the white boy that said it. That's a keeper. I'm keeping that one in. So
I'm gonna keep it in, guys. Don't be scared. Nice.
So let's continue on. So anything else you guys want to talk about?
You guys want to get matching wife beaters?
Dude,
I thought most wife beaters are matching.
No, it was matching stains.
I was talking about bats.
Jeez. Yeah.
I usually prefer a crowbar, but...
Yeah, I'm taking that one out, too. Oh, wow. You have anything to say? You're just sitting there shaking your head on your phone. I'm calling you out on the podcast.
Yeah, see, I'm the boomer, just, doesn't give any advice, but just says...
They don't,
these millennials nowadays.
They don't make them like they used to.
Yep, they don't make them like they used to. I'm sipping my sugar-free Monster.
Freaking Larry.
These millennials.
You sound like Larry from the Music Pier.
Yep. Yeah, make them like they used to.
Here's the thing.
I'm reading an article about which is better, the 2015 Ford F-150 or the 2015 Chevrolet Silverado.
Well, they're both wrong because it's the 2013 Ford F-150. The apex of humanity.
Yeah, they regress. They're
Hold on.
We have nowhere else to go but down.
Had a 2.7 liter EcoBoost V6 engine and aluminum construction designed to save weight and boost gas mileage.
Like,
Yeah,
so
didn't have that in 2013.
These millennials don't know what they're talking about.
These freaking millennials are so worried about
their avocado toast
and their TikToks.
I thought you were gonna say their avocado toast.
Their gamer girl toes.
Yes, Zuckin Hood avocado toes. They're so worried about the environment and stuff that they actually regressed the 2013 Ford F-150 by using the Eco, whatever that is.
EcoBoost
V6 engine.
Yeah.
Don't hate, just appreciate.
So, we having fun?
I'm having a generally good time.
Yeah, look. You said it was okay last time, so now we're all having fun. Josh?
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how fun is this?
It's pretty fun, yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite number.
Yeah.
Chris?
What?
On a scale from 1 to 10, how fun is this?
I'd give it a... What did I say?
It's pretty fun, yeah.
I calculate that to be about a 6, so I'll give it a...
Give me an A. Give me an A.
Give you an A? No, it's not a number.
It's variable. Thank you very much.
It's disgusting. I nearly failed out of Algebra 2. I don't know my numbers. Remember, C's to get degrees.
C's.
I know that I'm not even in college. Oh, Tommy Mom's here.
So he's the apex of advice.
I'm an apex predator.
I'm an alpha male.
I took my super male vitality today, so I mean I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'm an asex predator.
Better put me on a list because I'm a flex offender. Gotta watch out. I wore my Timbs today for a reason. Flex offender.
I'm a registered flex offender.
Did you buy your ticket to the zoo? Because I've got my pythons here. It's not as funny as flex offender.
You flex offender.
Is that what Phil Swift is? Creator of Flex Seal.
Dude, Phil Swift.
My daddy.
Your leather daddy.
And let him be my sugar daddy.
He could probably support you.
And my 3 kids.
And your 3 kids.
Because Karen left.
Karen was with me. And you stole her, so Karen's fair game. You hear that, Karen? I know you're out there, and I'm gonna find you. There's another person in here too.
Yeah, it's your mom. I said that.
No,
already.
other than my mom.
Your mom's on the phone, probably.
She's not on the phone. Why don't you go recon and you go see, and we can have him on the podcast as our first guest.
We don't need any guests. We need a good podcast.
This is a pretty good podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, this is terrible.
I'm having an okay time.
Maybe you should keep your public opinions to your public.
Maybe we should close down the public parks.
Yeah, maybe we should close down the public parks until you're allowed to smoke on them again. Okay?
Tommy Taylor smokes? What? I don't smoke, I jewel.
This message is sponsored by Stand Up and Rebel. Stand Up and Rebel is a #1 anti-drug and smoking and alcohol abuse agency in the entire tri-state area.
Hugs, not drugs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, did you ever have that girl in your class who's wearing the graphic tee that says "Pugs, not drugs"?
Yeah. Are they in the same category as like the horse girl?
Yeah.
I know somebody that would have done that, but she never did actually did.
There is the mythical horse girl. Have you ever had them?
I went to public school. There's like 7 of them in every grade.
Yeah, he's in Upper Township, so I mean.
Oh yeah, that's a horse girl.
It's like Hicks Central.
You're lucky you're not a horse girl, Chris. What if you were born a horse girl?
What?
What if you were born a horse girl?
Like half girl, half horse.
If it would only be that easy. I mean the horse.
Or 3/4 girl. One. Math. Fractions.
There we go. 3/4 of a horse, one half a girl. So how many horse girls have you come in contact with?
I think 2. Like they always had like the horse notebook. Horse.
I thought you were gonna say the horse nose.
Yeah.
The horse like nose.
I mean, they usually kind of look like a horse too. They start to resemble what they look.
You'll look like a horse and you smell like one too. Tommy Taylor.
I hate horses.
Whoa, Tommy Taylor abuses animals.
I don't abuse animals. Horses are the only animals that I actually genuinely don't like. Them and yellow jackets, because yellow jackets are just bully bees. I'm fine with bees. I'm fine with wasps. Obviously, because I have you two as friends. And if listeners don't know, I'm actually half black. So
that's probably the 3rd time you've seen
that was a joke because they're both white, and WASP also is an acronym for White Anglo-Saxon Persons. And
you're just mad because you a mad boy.
Yeah. Well, y'all had fun on the podcast.
I had an okay time. Took us like 7 tries to get started, but started from the bottom and it's still there.
But I think it's officially time to give our thoughts on everyone's favorite movie, Ready Player One. Josh?
80s!
Sorry.
You're bringing back some bad memories.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you over.
80s! Whoa!
Gonna give him a Vietnam flashback.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
What's the DeLorean 80s?
That's what you think?
Nostalgia.
It's all about the nostalgia factor.
Okay, Chris?
What?
What's your thoughts on it?
I haven't seen it.
Just give me a brief overview.
The book was better.
Think of any.
That's not true. The book
bait.
was actually 10 times worse.
I wouldn't know. I haven't read.
My thoughts were.
Half you don't.
I swear. You talk. You talk when I'm talking one more time. My
mom's right out there. I'll tell her what you said.
I will actually. Okay.
DeLorean.
So
How do you like that? Huh?
my thoughts on the thing was I didn't like it because what Josh said, it was all about nostalgia, and it played nostalgia to get butts in the seats, and the story wasn't that great. It wasn't that fun, and it referenced the source material of the stuff that it used, but it didn't respect it. The main thing that comes to mind is the Iron Giant. The Iron Giant, the whole entire plot of the movie is that you are what you choose to be, and the Iron Giant was made to be a gun, but he chooses not to be a gun. And then they're like, it'd be cool. Why don't we make him a gun? And then they simultaneously, while playing 50 Cent's My Gun Go Off, had him enter the battlefield and use all the guns on him to kill a bunch of people. So, and I love Iron Giant. It's probably one of my favorite films, behind Back to the Future.
I thought your favorite film was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, that was my favorite film. No, I hate Bohemian Rhapsody.
It was not a good biopic, but it was a good movie.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No. Okay, let's review Bohemian Rhapsody since we all watched it.
I've seen it twice, so I know more than you. That was me making a fart sound with my mouth to get that tone.
Okay, Bohemian Rhapsody sucked. You know why?
Why?
Because it was boring.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was boring to me.
You're wrong. Your opinion is wrong.
It was plain. They didn't try to do anything different.
Well, because they were attempting. They did it poorly, but attempted to do Freddie Mercury's life. But it was a horrible biopic. But I felt like it was an interesting movie.
Well, I felt otherwise. It wasn't an interesting movie. The only thing that kept my attention was the music. And I can get that on my phone anytime I want, anywhere I want. With Spotify. Spotify is a premium... yeah, this is launching right into it.
Hashtag not sponsored, but...
But Spotify is a premium music streaming service that allows you to download music and save your music onto your phone and listen to it anytime you want. But is not free. Here's the thing.
It's cheaper if you buy the family plan and go in with it on someone. Because it's $10 a month for one account.
Grab 3 friends and buy yourself a family plan. Or maybe just 2. Does it work for 2?
You can have up to you plus 6 other members.
Plus 6 other members. So you can just have 2 people on it. Right?
Yeah, that's what my sister and I did.
Okay.
So then
grab yourself a friend. If you don't have any,
grab yourself a sister.
And make a
child.
make a family account. I have one.
Family.
Dude, same. I was laid off from the library.
It's not the same, Tommy.
Thank you, government.
Was it a government library?
Yeah, it was a government library, and they chose...
Oh, the government what? What's the building called? It sounded like you said library, and if you did, I want to call you out and rip you to shreds.
I said library. You want to go back and...
I had an English teacher that said library, and I would yell at her, because you're an English teacher. Say it correctly. There's a second R. Library, not library.
I had a English teacher substitute named Mr. Chalmers, who...
He touches kids,
No,
probably.
Mr. Chalmers is the best substitute. He'd stick his hands in his back pockets, and he'd lean forward and he'd walk around like this, and then
that sounds like something you would do, Tommy.
yeah.
I'll be real with you, Chief.
Your future awaits. You saw yourself in him.
He's like a large black man, and he
Stop me.
Yeah, and then he yelled at us because we said humble, and he said that. And this is a substitute teacher for English, and only English. Humble, the H is silent. So is humble. And every time we'd say humble, he'd freak out on us.
I would just keep saying it to make him mad.
And then, he said that we were too wild, so he had us meditate. So basically, for the first 5 minutes of every class, we had to stare at a box in the center of the room and focus on...
You sure you didn't join a cult accidentally?
I'm pretty sure I joined a cult. There's so many culty things that happen at ACS. Yeah. There was
ACS doesn't sound like it does a good job promoting the Christian faith.
Here's the thing. They you remember at the beginning of standardized testing, they had us line up. It felt like they were gonna gas us. I'm not kidding. They had us all line up, and they're like, we're all gonna do dances to get the blood pumping and the. Yeah.
It was like a seance ritual.
Yeah, it just so happened that all the minorities clumped together.
Like a Gregorian chant.
I'm pretty sure they're separating the minorities to gas us all. and then
all of a sudden you start hearing a hissing sound.
And you start hearing a hissing sound, and they try to block it out with the sounds of Cupid Shuffle.
And they hear the doors lock. They just chain the doors.
I would love to see a scene of like. No, I wouldn't. I
wouldn't say I'd love to see that.
You mean like the scene in like the boy in the striped pajamas?
Yeah, but like he's gas. Like pounding.
And you just hear Cupid Shuffle.
Yeah, the Cupid Shuffle. Like they say I'm a rapper, but I say no. Let me ask. I'm a rapper. I say. I was so scared when they marched us in there. It was so death campy. But they're like, oh no, no need to worry. We're
They say I'm a rapper. They say no,
we're line dancing. And even the only like black teacher, he's like, yeah, this seems like a concentration camp kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, thanks, Ralph. But yeah, there was so much stuff at that school that
very creepy in hindsight. Like, especially the choir.
The choir.
Oh God.
Get McSee.
So we had a choir teacher named Brian McSee. I'm probably gonna edit that out because it's too close. Maybe like a couple of years down the road we'll start talking about Brian McSee. So yeah. When it's not fresh in everybody's mental heads.
It would probably be more relevant.
Yeah, Brian McSee show. yeah. Pull up a picture of Brian McSee's mugshot.
It's not like everybody doesn't know.
Okay, Brian McSee was our choir teacher.
Let's look at the press article about it.
And
press article.
Turns out that he was
Press of Atlantic City.
He wasn't a registered flex offender. He was a registered sex offender.
No, I'm the registered flex offender.
Just remember, guys, he pleaded guilty.
After he showed up at the prosecution's house with a gun.
He did?
Yeah. You didn't hear about that?
His gun go off. Like, killing a few kids, my gun go off.
I was thinking about that video you showed me the other day.
He will be under parole supervision for life.
Yeah, he showed up at the house with a gun, and then he just he's like, you know,
and then he's like, my gun go off.
He assaulted the kid twice a week for more than 3 years.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
I read all about this. This was my choir teacher. He was on an album with famous local rapper E-Dubs. If you guys want to listen to some real good rap, E-Dub's Drippin' Swagoo. It does not have the sex offender on it, but it does have
Kid Block.
Kid Block, local usher at my local Frank's Theater, Kid Block.
Well, now at least. I mean, the video came out in like 2012.
Yeah, when his life was still so
crisp. Hey guys, don't worry though. He's been a productive member of the inmate population, participating and leading prayer groups and choir.
Yeah, he's leading a choir in prison.
Oh my God.
Drippin' Swagoo like I'm at an airport.
No, but anyways, you're talking about with the choir program. Like, tell them about the kind of stuff that would go on there.
I blocked most of the stuff out. What do you want to talk about?
He was.
There was actually a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he was just like.
He would like.
Creepy.
Yeah, he would feel up. He would not women. He'd like feel up men.
Who are we talking about?
Brian.
You change the subject so you don't have to edit this all out.
I'm not gonna edit it all out.
No, because it's common knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. So he'd like go up to like we had a friend named Sam Karabashian, and he was a real fitness nut. So he'd go up to Sam and he'd grope his sick pythons, his flex offenders, and he's like, "Oh, you've been working out. Oh, you're getting big," and Yeah. So in and then he'd hug people, and he'd like bury them in his chest, and you just smell nothing but his cologne. And we called it getting McSeed. So yeah, and one time I was in choir in 6th grade. I started choir in 6th grade. I dropped out in 8th, and I got back in 10th. And the only reason why I got back in 10th was because my friends were in it, including Josh Burns.
Yeah, and I had my fluctuations with attendance.
Yeah, I liked during my freshman year, I wasn't in choir, so I got to see you up there, and there were just songs where, because there was dance moves in every single song, and there's just a song where you go down, and I just see everyone go down, and I never saw you get back up, and you were just sitting for the rest of the concert on stage.
I was supposed to say, and you never noticed because I was always in the back.
And then we had a kid named Andrew Jacoby. He's like maybe we'll get him on the podcast one day. Works at ShopRite. Most metal and antisocial. If he was anyone to shoot up a school, it would be him.
Oh, you can put that on a podcast.
I'm putting that on a podcast. Andrew Jacoby.
We're breaking all the rules.
I'm getting you fired from ShopRite right before you become regional manager. So sweet.
Oh yeah.
It was sweet manager.
We're breaking all the rules. Trigger warning.
I guess not. Well, thank you for listening to the podcast. This is a rough.
If you made it this long, good for you.
Yeah, this is a rough one. This is our first one.
This is not very epic, as I would say.
Are we cutting out? If we cut out everything about Brian McSee, that's gonna be a large portion of the podcast we're cutting out. So I guess we're leaving in the Brian McSee part.
Of course.
Wait, what am I editing for you? Oh, I remember. Never mind. We're good.
What? But yeah, it's fun. Maybe we'll refine our little thing that we got going on here, and we'll catch you all later. I'm Tommy. You guys want to sign off by saying your name?
Bye, guys.